All right, so attacking the back. So I'm going to be here with Sean, I'm on the back, and we're going to fall with this choking hand pointing down to the ground. Okay, so when I'm here on the back, I fall here. I want to think about getting my body under his left shoulder. Okay, so however that may be, I can step on the hip, start to pull him up a little bit, and I want to almost crunch under here and get perpendicular as I can. Okay, also notice my left leg is coming across his hips here. Okay, and now we're going to come out for the armbar. So from here, I'm going to frame the head, I push him into that space, and I catch the armbar. Okay, the reason I put the foot across the hips already is because you can't do an armbar from half guard, right? So if I'm here and I dump him into the space and my foot's trapped, it's not going to work. Okay, so the exact same setup goes for the bow and arrow choke. So I'm here, I got my foot across the hips, got my good angle here, his shoulder is off of the mat and on top of me. Now I'm going to feed 4 fingers into the gi here, or thumb in the gi, and a nice tight grip, okay? From here, I grip the pants, and now again I'm going to dump him out into that space. So here I open my leg, right? Because if my leg's in the way, it's not going to work. Open the leg, dump him into the space, right? And now I'm going to cross my feet, encapsulating the shoulder here. Okay, so I'm keeping the shoulder into this lock. Right? From here, I'm going to extend my hips in and pull the grip. Okay? Huge detail is keeping this elbow tight down to the back here. Okay? Because if I'm going for this bow and arrow choke, really the only way that I know how to escape it is if he ducks out of it. Okay? So it's really important that you keep the elbow nice and tight here. Okay? Even if he does escape it, we can always go through our armbar too. Alright, so now let's go with the choking hand pointing up to the ceiling. So here we fall. So here I don't really need to do too much with the footwork, okay? But we're going to go for the 2-collar choke now, okay? So the original way I learned this was you make the grip on the collar here, my elbow is flat on the ground, and then I'm going to stretch my body away until I finish it, okay? But there's so much space in this lapel, so it doesn't really work all that well, okay? So what I can do to kind of help close this space is come up onto your elbow. So here, once I'm up onto my elbow, I'm going to feed the lapel to my hand, right? Now I have a nice tight grip, okay? My left hand pulls down the collar, the far side collar, and now I'm just going to inch my elbow backwards, keeping my shoulder behind the head, okay? One thing, pretty much with all of your chokes, all of your blood chokes, think about going to about 70% and then holding. So here, I know it's kind of tight. I'm going to scoot it back 1, 2, and just wait, okay? I don't want to go 110% and not get the choke, okay? So now we're going to go for the rear naked choke. So I fall to the same side again, okay? This time, the rear naked choke, the collar doesn't need to be super tight, right? And let's say he's trying to take my hook out. So here, I'm going to let him take my hook out, control the wrist, put it behind his back, and come over the top. Now I got a 2-on-1 situation, right? It's like a power play in hockey. Okay, so I got my power play. I'm going to climb up the shoulder here. And now I can start to set up my rear naked choke. Or if I want to, I get the shoulder tight enough, I can make a grip on my own collar. And then close my right elbow here and get the tap. Okay? Alright, so going for the triangle, right? We're going to do the push-pull or pop-in triangle setup. So from here, I'm going to fold his wrist in, and I'm going to pull the other one. Right? So it's a push-pull. Here, so I fold it in and pull. My legs are going to open and then elevate and catch. Okay, now from here I can pass the arm across, come up, grab my shin. From here, I need to start to create some space. Okay, so if he's driving into me, and I'm here, I'm never going to be able to lock my foot under the crook of my knee. Okay, so I need to frame his hips, keep them in one spot, and now I can walk my body backwards until my shin is parallel to his shoulders. Okay, so here they're running in the same line, right? Now look, I lock my leg over the top. If it's on my toes, I'm going to flex my toes up. And then from here, we got 3 things we need to do. 1, close the knee. 2, chop the heels down. And 3, bring him to me. Okay? It's all about shrinking the space of that triangle. So from here, right, I got my triangle closed. If I flex my feet, that's step 1, right? Closing the knees, also kind of considered step 1. 2, I'm going to chop down. And then 3, I'm bringing him to me. Okay? So one thing you can even do too is like crunch up and grab your own knees.